Hello, everybody. This is Michael Pucciarelli, creator of Still Life and Landscape of Michael Pucciarelli YouTube channel. In today's short webinar, we were talking about an action, a new action that I'll be creating to adjust the size of a photograph. In this new action, basically, I just duplicated it from another action, and it calls two other actions. And I just duplicated it. Basically, this has a condition where if the document is landscape, it's going to call the big width, else it's going to call the big height. So when I do it, so when I run this action, it'll automatically format it correctly. Because what this did was it calls this condition, and since the width is bigger, it's going to call the big, width. Let me try another type. This is now a portrait where same thing. Where this is a condition. In this case, since the document type is not landscape, therefore it called the else, it called the big height. I'm going to go back over to the other, blank raw file where basically when I do a new action, I'm going to create a new action test. I'm going to put it in my action filters folder. But I can put it in other folders too. I'm going to click record. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert a conditional. Therefore, if the document is landscape, it's going to call, I'm going to look for the action. I'm going to put the action, the big width. Else, I'm going to call the other action. Where in this case, if it's, portrait, I would call the big height. I'm going to leave this action because I don't need, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to delete it. There. I'm going to run this action. I'm going to run it again. Run this action. Condition. The condition of landscape, it calls the big width. Control Z. We'll do the other action where I run this action, where I go to the condition where, since the document type is not landscape, it's going to skip this. It's going to go automatically to the big height. So when I check the file size, it changes because it's portrait, it changes to 21 pixels along its tallest side. Where if I run this action, check the image size, since the width is the longest, it automatically changes the width to 3840. You Control Z. So this concludes the short webinar and the new action that I created where, if I want to quickly format it a certain way with the certain sizes, I use this, new action where I can have a condition that calls two other conditions depending on the document type. This concludes the webinar. If you find this interesting, feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Still Life and Landscape by Michael Pucciarelli. You have a lot of information on still life photography, Photoshop, light painting, landscape. Some of our playlists include the black plex table, the white plex table, light painting, landscape, the whole equipment section. I also have a whole, Photoshop section. Thank you for listening to this webinar.